Lead flow testing is one of the most underrated things when it comes to startup growth. And people often overlook it because they always keep focusing on different things when it comes to growth. However, so few people and founders pay attention to the concept of testing their lead flow. Let me explain. Imagine there are two startups, startup A and startup B, who are operating in the same niche and are fighting for the same market. They want to understand what is the optimal growth strategy and how to capture the most of the market share. And startup A has 3 domains and one LinkedIn account and is spending $20 in ads every day. They want to test a certain hypothesis and, for example, clarify, okay, they want to start approaching the market with this new messaging. It will take them around 1 or 2 weeks to complete one feedback loop, meaning from the moment of them launching campaigns to them getting feedback on this new variation. And then imagine there is startup B who have not 3 but 30 email domains, 10 LinkedIn accounts, and who are spending $200 a day in ad spend. And that's with them testing not 2 creatives but 12 creatives. Imagine where this startup B can end up on a 12 months horizon, because their feedback loop is going to be not 14 days but more like 1 or 2 days, because it's going to take them so much less time to reach out to the same number of leads thanks to their testing capacity. And that's why the lead flow testing is that important, because imagine that there is you and there is another startup and you're fighting for the same audience and want to capture the same ideal customer profile. And if your competitor gives more thought to the infrastructure and understands how to test more things cheaper, this allows them to get more insight on the market quicker, what is then translating to the cheaper customer acquisition cost. And as you can understand, the cheaper someone can acquire customers, the easier it is for them to grow exponentially. And that's how the longer this thing continues to be the same, the larger the gap becomes and the more difficult it becomes to catch up with them. That's about why the infrastructure and testing plays such a crucial sense. I remember times when I would be doing campaigns from just 2 email domains, not knowing how to exactly scale this up, and then I would be afraid to spend $100 in daily ad spend. Now, years later, I think I'm running 20, 40 times the volume, which is allowing me to test so many more hypotheses quickly. And imagine by the end of 1 week, this allows me to test 9,000 different leads, 8 email hooks on each, then to reach between 10 and 30,000 people with different ad creatives. And at the time I'm testing 8 different ones with different hooks on LinkedIn ads. And this is the speed I'm moving with each week. And the one I'm also guiding on my campers who I'm working with inside SaaS Camp. So keep in mind that you don't want to be allowing your competitors to be making this knowledge gap larger, because the larger this gap is, the harder it is for you to start acquiring customers for the same rate they are doing that, and the more challenging it becomes for you to catch up with them. And you know the funniest and the most ironic thing here is that I meet so many venture funded and wealthy funded startups that, for example, raise between 5 and 15 mil and also have couple mil in cash flow, but they are testing so little that there are some other founders who've got times less in funding and times less in cash flow. However, they're growing with the speed which is exponentially faster than this like much wealthier competitors. And you, having the right infrastructure in place, can catch up with them, and not only catch up with your competitors, but also actually hit such growth rate that it's going to be impossible for your competitors to speed up and hit the same pace as you are growing with. Because imagine that now it costs you, say, $300 to get a meeting, and that's because you still have not found the best messaging that is converting your ideal buyers and gets them rush into calls with you. And same for your competitor. But what if you get it to $30 a meeting, and then you get your close rate up by, say, 10-15%, which is completely doable. Imagine the growth pace you would start growing at, and then zoom out and think about it from a 12-month and a 3-year horizon. And this is why I preach lead flow design and believe that this is one of the most powerful ways how you can be approaching your startup's growth. If you want to learn more about it, just drop me a message on LinkedIn or just book a call on saascamp.com so we can get on a strategy call, and I'll see how it can be best applied in your case. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.